One. What's up? What's up? This is Dre. That's my boy.
Freaky US a new sound.
We're gonna talk a little bit today.
We're gonna have to fix this intro.
It's the first. We ain't worried about
It's the first one, but it's gonna be a great one.
But nonetheless, this is our podcast, and we thank you for tuning in. Hope that you share, like, comment, all that fun stuff
Yep.
at the end of this. But today, we got a subject.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely, I like to think of it as a hot button topic, because you're gonna kind of play one of three. You're either gonna straddle the fence on it because you don't want to be seen one way or the other, or you're gonna be on one of the other extreme sides, right?
Okay.
But you guys should have already seen posted somewhere, either fully on your screen or whatever. But you're gonna see that it states there's two young ladies in front of the Capitol building holding up signs. One says "Protect Black, Asian, Muslim, Latin, Disabled, Trans, Fat, Poor Women," and the other says, "If you don't fight for all women, basically you fight for no women." So that's kind of where we're gonna pick things up.
Let me read that one more time, just so you can get it from my perspective.
Before you hear the shenanigans out of
Before you hear the shenanigans. Once again, it says protect Black, Asian, Muslim, Latina, disabled, trans, fat, and poor women. If you don't fight for all women, you fight for no women.
So already,
all or none.
I'm gonna just kind of.
What we got to say, Dre?
That's that bull. Not even going. We just gonna come out the gate on it. That's that bull. So look, know a lot of and work with a lot of people that are in the LGBT, LMNOP. No disrespect, please understand. Gonna be me regardless, though. So if you take disrespect to it, that's your problem, not mine. But I know tons and have relatives that are in the community, right? But I have stated, I'm gonna continue to state, regardless of what anyone says, if you're trans, be it transitioning from man to woman or woman to man, whatever you was born as genetically, I don't care what your mental state is and none of that. You are what you was born as, right? And that's it. Because you are your genetics. You are literally the sum of all your chromosomes. So to say otherwise is reckless. It's reckless. And I refuse to be reckless. I'm reckless enough.
Okay. Now for me, I in a way disagree.
Okay.
Now, for me, I understand that your genetics, yes, your genetics, how you were born genetically, yes, you were born whatever it was you were born as. Now, the thing is, your mental, that is what we're talking about, the gender fluidity of it. So that's where it's like, okay, you know what, I get it in that aspect of it. Now, I don't agree with this on a different note than I think the way that you would look at it. So, because I look at it this way, hey, I can be I'm for women. I am for women.
Okay.
But this dusty bitch right here that I don't like, why can't I not like this dusty bitch over here for some dusty shit that this dusty bitch done did? Why I gotta be for her? No, fuck her, fuck her couch. I don't have to like her. I can be for women and not be for some dusty bucket bitch that I'm not for.
This is true.
Now,
I can fight for it. I'll look at it like this. So, I guess I'll defend myself. Let's call it that. Just me defending myself. Because I know there's somebody that's like, oh, he's a dick. But there are several documentary studies and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
That if you're in the transition of either way,
Mm-hmm.
before you're allowed to,
Mm-hmm.
you have to sit with a psychiatrist under multiple sessions because it is still considered a mental barrier to believe that you are something alternative to what you were born as. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that can be considered a couple different things, dissociative or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you have to sit with a therapist to basically prove I'm not just crazy. This isn't just a whim. I don't want to just hack my body for the sake of hacking my body. But based on that, there are several people who have been cleared to have reassignment surgery, right?
Mm-hmm.
And regret it.
Yeah. Now, I get that, but that's
number
but
of regrets.
but
Because
but here's the thing with that. Here's the thing with that. That is on you. That's a choice that you made. That's a choice that you yourself make as a person.
True.
Now, I will say this: as a person, you alone grow up in your own body. You alone grow with your body. You alone grow with your brain. So you can only have and do what your brain gives you. The information that you give and all that other shit, I don't have words for it, sorry. But
it's true.
But you can only portray what you know and what you feel. Even for me, somebody I'm a more logical person. Yes, I am more animated. I can't talk today. But I'm a more animated person. But I try to be more logical with the things that I do and the things that I say. Whereas some people, they will lead with their emotions in more circumstances. That's just the way that you are. You have no control over it. Well, you can learn to control it to a degree.
Because
you know,
you are who you are.
Right. You can't control. A quick statement, an ending statement for it. You cannot control what you like.
To a degree.
You can't control what you like. How can you control what you like?
Sample. That's like, okay, I'm, as we know, years past, one of the most closed-minded people to trying anything new and stay within my bubble.
Okay.
But I made the conscious decision to go, I am in my closed environment. Let me forcibly change my mind into these new arenas. Now, that is not nearly the extreme of changing one's gender and then stating, I am this, right? I get that there's a difference in that. But at the end of the day, you are what you are. That's like being black by birth and stating, I identify as a white person. I identify as an Asian. No. You still black. You can feel how you want.
You can.
And I'll never take someone's internal feelings and say, oh, I'm going to dismiss it. I'm not going to dismiss anyone's internal feelings. What I'm stating is, at the core, you are what you are. And you can argue and force someone to try to see your point of view all you want, but that's still, at the end of it, your opinion on your vision. It's about as abstract as art. And I'm not going to say that if someone's like, hey, I'm this, you have... Oh, bless your heart.
But the people in the trans community are not saying that, they're not saying that they're not stating that my gender was born correctly. The only thing that they're saying is, I was born in this body and I don't feel like my body fits my gender personality. That's what they're saying.
So in my head, I go, then why can't you... Maybe this is being way too controversial, but then why not just say you're gay? Like, it would sum up the whole...
Because it's a difference. You have a man who identifies. He actually identifies himself to be male.
Okay.
That's the way he identifies himself. You identify yourself as a tattoo artist. That's the label that you give yourself.
Mostly an asshole.
Mostly an asshole. We both are assholes, but you identify. That is the label that you take on. That is the label that you feel most comfortable with in your skin. That is your chosen label. That is what you feel identifies Dre.
Okay.
So this is not, so for them, it's not just a matter of, well, I want to be a woman. No, this is what I identify as. I identify as woman. So since they identify as woman, you can't take that away from them. We know, yes, you were born as, and vice versa, because you have some that goes to the male side. So I identify as this sex. This is the way that I feel. There is nothing that you can do. I don't give a fuck about what my body is. This is what I identify as. So in that aspect, they're not the same.
But you can identify as a potato chip. It's not a fucking potato chip. Because there are going to be there's still distinctive differences amongst that. And the argument's going to be made that if you're trans, you can't have kids, you can't this, you can't that, right? There's also natural born women who can't have kids, can't this, can't that. So I'm not going to argue any of that, because that's very lopsided. It's almost evil in a way.
Right.
What it is identifying. You can identify however you want. There's tons of people identify as a lot of different things, but you can't force the perspective for someone else to say, well, you have to see me this way. No, I can see you as a monster truck if I chose to, because that's my opinion. So however someone is, I am a male, I identify as a dude, and someone who may not know me, see my mannerisms, who I talk to, who I hang with, may go, oh, he's gay. No, I am whatever, right? I can't force the perspective that you have of me to anything, and no one should force that. That should be up to every individual, whereas we are in such a sensitive world where everyone wants to be seen as how they see themselves. And that's what I see the problem with everything. So, and that kind of mostly goes to the whole, if you don't support all, you support none. There's tons of people that, in our community of black people, that will blatantly tell me, and we've seen this, you're not black enough. How am I not? Look at your skin tone. That automatically makes you not black enough.
Right.
Let me see. I have been racially profiled a dozen times, and so forth and so on. We're not going to go into that. But just because I see myself as being this, I can't force a cop, a job, a person, or anything to see me how I see me. All I can do is be comfortable in my own bubble.
Yeah.
And whatever anyone says, they just say. I'm not going to browbeat anyone and be like, oh no, you have to see how I see it. That's unfair. Yeah. No one should do that, but that is the world we live in.
True.
Where it's being force-fed where it should just be left up to the individuals. If someone sees what it is,
I can see that. I can see that. I think that where the world that we are starting to, the world that is starting to develop,
right?
It is more of a, I need the world to see me in this bubble. True. You have to see me as this, and that's why I believe it's getting to the point where you can't say or do anything. We're in a land of we're in a land of the freedom of speech where you're free to say shit. You can't say anything anymore. And the reason you can't say anything anymore is because everybody is so butthurt about everything. That's why the world is going to shit in a handbag right now.
Yeah.
So
this is I stand behind that.
I say you be comfortable with being who and what you are in your own skin.
Yeah.
And to hell with what somebody else has to say about you. If you have somebody that is on your side that's willing to say, you know what? I see you as whatever the fuck I see you as, but because this motherfucker is over here trying to injure you, and I don't believe that he's trying to injure you in the right way, I am for you. There should be no, well, you don't like that person, so it's because you don't like that person, and I want to specify that because this is a way to just single out the fact that I'm trying to help a group,
A person.
period.
Yeah.